Hi, this is Joe, KF7MIX, here to show you again a very brief video with just one more new item that's been added to JS8Spotter. Up in the new Tools menu, you'll see an Expect, and this is what I call the Expect subsystem. It's an auto-reply subsystem. It's a very simple way to extend the functionality in JS8 Call. If you go to JS8 Call in the settings, you'll notice that stations can ask you questions like info or status. Those are the only two, and you can set those two fields to whatever you want. The expect subsystem just extends that. So the way it works is essentially if your station sees a certain text, which is E ? Followed by the expect text, it will automatically reply with the reply text, but only to allowed stations and groups. And only a certain number of times. So let's just do an example here, and then we can look at what I've already got. If we see now, the E and ? are already implicit in the program, so you don't need to add them there. In fact, don't add them there; it will mess things up. But let's say someone sends E ? TST. I'll just do TST to my station. I want to reply with just hello, and I only want to reply to, let's just add one in here. Let's say a group. We'll do a group. Let's say to the chess guys. Okay, and I only want to reply up to 5 times. So I hit save. Now that that's in there, if my station happens to see this text coming through, and let me just, so it's very clear, type it in. If it said something like just like that, E ? TST. That's sending a command that will be automatically replied to with, in this case, the word hello. So, and let me go ahead and click on this and hit delete and remove that entry. What I've also done on my particular station, you don't have to do this, is I've added this one right here called commands. So if someone asked E ? commands, it would automatically send back this list of commands that I've put in here. This is not automatic. I typed this manually. And for example, I could have commands that weren't listed here. I don't have to list everything, but these are what I would say, okay, here's my public commands that I want people to be able to ask my station about. And they can, again, be anything you want. I put in one to respond about the weather today. It's going to be 28 for a high and cloudy. The road conditions outside my window right here are some ice. And tomorrow, if I need to change that, I can just put clear, for example. And now my road condition, when they ask, it'll show clear. And you know, a net report for a net that I held last week, if someone wanted to know how that turned out, they could ask my station for a net report, and I would tell them there were 5 voice check-ins. So it's very simple. This expect subsystem is auto-reply system. It's very simple, but it's expandable. So rather than just having 2 options, info and status, you can have literally just as many as you want. Now, when someone does make a request, it will be recorded here under sent to. You can also right-click on these and get that information. And then it'll also increase this count. So, for example, here I've got my count at 99. But it's up to me. Basically, I didn't want to have a system that would just endlessly transmit. For example, if I don't want the allowed stations asking more than 20 times, once it's 20, my station won't respond to this anymore until I come in here and I reset that. So that's it. That's the expect auto reply subsystem. It's brand new. It's going to need to be tested and it might change, but this video is for where it's at today.